Stavaihi Vedishangapadakramopanishadaihi Ayandiyam samagaha Dhyānavastitadgatena manasa Shandiyam yoginaha Visyandam navidussurasravanaha Devaya tasmai namaha. Okay, just verse number 8 onwards, please read. Ayur sattvabalarogya Sukhapriti vivardhana Rasya snigdha stirarudhya Ahara sattvika priyaha Katvam lalavanat Tikshna ruksha vidahinaha Ahara rajaseshyasta Dukkha shokamaya pradaha Yatayamam gatarasam Puti parvishitam chayat Uchishtam apicha medhyam Bhojanam tamasa priyam. So we saw the types of people. We did not see types of food. This is a very beautiful observation. You must share and see it for yourself. The food is not divided, the people are divided, because there is nothing called sattvic food, rajasic food, tamasic food. Food can be healthy, unhealthy, poisonous, non-poisonous, fatty, spicy, juicy, or different types of food. But just because the fruit is sweet or like milk or cheese or anything very tasty and nice, that does not mean that is sattvic, because it depends upon how much food you eat. Because as we saw in the morning, the best food, what you call the sattva, let us say milk is sattvic. That is because it doesn't upset, gives you health. That's very good. But if you drink 4 liters or 5 liters of milk at a time, that will create problem for you. So it is not the food that is sattvic, rajasic, tamasic, it is how much you eat. Just like if you say only the sweet food, rich food, fatty food, and protein food, that is the only thing sattvic, then every poor man will be condemned to be tamasic or rajasic, because they cannot get such food. Suppose the man is doing hard work in the field, he eats wet rice or the chapati or something, and then the onion and other things. Then there is onion and the garlic, they are all rajasic food. No, they are food. Depends how much you eat. That must be clearly understood. So depending on the type of person, the disposition, he or she shall choose his food. And sometimes, again in that choice also, habits that are given from the childhood, what you have been given from the childhood itself, that type of food you shall eat. So, in general, the principle should be, it's not the food that is sattvic, rajasic, tamasic, it is the people who are sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. because the person can, according to his mood, suppose there is somebody is greedy, he shall overeat. When he is overeating, even the best sattvic food shall create tamas. So, as even in case of food, so also in case of the deities. Very clearly you must understand. The deities are not tamasic God, there is no rajasic God, there is no sattvic God. Gods are gods. The God is one. There is only God, as you say, God alone is existing. So different deities, when you call it the Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, Indra, Varuna, Kuvera, these Bhuta, Preta, Nakshatra, whatever you say, that all part of this whole one divinity. Then why do you call them as they are so they are not classified as the sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. The person who is worshipping, understand? The deity, don't say Saptamatrugas or tamasic. Saptamatruga is not tamasic. The Rakshasa are not tamasic, rajasic or anything like that. They are just a part of the deities. Depends who is worshipping it. Because the person who is interested in highest liberation, freedom, he shall go straight for the Ishvara in all inclusive form. Only when you go into the Kamya Karma, you shall be choosing a particular God. So depending on your Kamya Karma, you shall be given as the Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. Suppose your Karma is, it shall come now in the type of yajna that is doing. You are doing a puja not for antakarana suddhi, not for the purification or preparation of your mind, but to keep other people under control. Then you become a tamasic worshipper. Not that the God is tamasic. It is just like money. Somebody uses the money, are you getting that? Somebody is using the money for drinking, you take the money to the pub. Shall I say money is tamasic? With the money, without the money you cannot take it to, without the money you cannot go to the drinks. So money is tamasic. Money is the power which brings you which can help you to bring it. So you are misusing the money. So the money doesn't become tamasic. The person who is using the money is tamasic. The food, all these classifications must be very clearly understood. Or else you shall brand it tamasic food, rajasic food, sattvic food. However, you may divide this food as the sattvic, that is very, pure and all that. But if you go on overeating, it becomes impure. Whereas you can eat a small amount of food, which can be very small amount of the so-called tamasic food, which is maybe old, it may be fermented. But suppose you are dying, or in case of that is the food available, you cannot call him tamasic. That is where comes the question of your vegetarian, non-vegetarian also. This morning after the class was over, somebody asked a question, Swamiji, how do you talk about this? There is no mention about the non-vegetarian food and all that. How do you classify it? Please see again. First thing is food, okay, food. Now do not, at any time you should say the person who is eating non-vegetarian food is tamasic. He is lazy, lethargic or a perverted person. No, depends who is eating it. Like you take into the case of the Eskimos. You yourself go to Eskimo country and decide to settle down there. Even if you had been a born vegetarian, living as a vegetarian for the long time, you cannot be a vegetarian if you stay in the natural surrounding of the Eskimo countries. Because you cannot cultivate paddy and rice and the cauliflower and the cabbage in the snow field. There you have to catch the fish and drink the fish and eat the seal and eat all that flesh and all that stuff. You cannot escape it. Because that is you cannot escape it. Now to such a person, if you say, oh, you are eating that meat, then you must be tamasic. Don't give that. The very life is not sustainable if the person doesn't eat it. But at the same time, why this vegetarian food is talked about? Clearly Upanishad say, Oshadibhyo annam annat purushah. Oshadibhyo annam. Annam, the food comes from Oshadhi. Oshadhi means trees, vegetable kingdom, vegetation. That should be eaten as the food. Why is it so? Simple thing. Animal eating and animal killing is not at any time encouraged. Under the circumstances, specialized circumstances, somebody may take it. But you should not take that exception as a rule. Why is it so? Simple thing. Animal, there are two words in Sanskrit, sthavara, jangama. Sthavara means sthiram, which is steady, tishtati, in one place is existing. And jangama means which is gacchati, on the move. Trees are steady. The plant kingdom is steady. They are meant to be eaten. Whereas the animal kingdom, when you go to catch it, it starts running. If you go for the pumpkin, does the pumpkin start running? When you go to the potato, does the potato run? When you go for the vegetable, vegetable don't run. They are meant to be eaten. Whereas when you go for a goat or a chicken or something like that, fish, it starts running for life. When it starts running for life means what? It doesn't want to be eaten. Like, how will you like when a tiger runs after you to make you a breakfast or dinner or the lunch, depending on the time? Huh? How will you like it? Will you like to be eaten up? You run for life. With what type of fear you run? Have you ever experienced it? When a shark is coming to take you. Yeah, last time, just this time when I was on New Zealand, it was a sad incident. The husband, wife, they have gone to the beach. The husband, just a little water, just 50 feet, 70 feet from the shore, he's swimming, massive shark. The big comes, boom, with one thing, it takes one leg. And when another leg is running, one leg is desperately with swimming and trying to run away. Boom, the whole body. Massive, big white. Finished. And the wife is watching from the top. Just think, so anybody, for that person, unfortunate, why do you say, oh, it's really sad? Will you like to be followed and eaten by an animal? Think, just think, let it sink into your head. Will you like to be followed, chased, and then be eaten live by an animal? Yesterday we were looking at the BBC. You saw that, the wolf running after the deer, baby. And how desperately the baby is running away. The cheetah is running after how desperately running away. But you don't feel bad there. You watch the excitement. Why? Cheetah is not targeting one. The wolf is not targeting one. He has to also eat. His cub is waiting. Cheetah's cub is waiting. So he has to pick up an antelope. He has to take an impala. That is why impalas are millions. Cows, those wild beast, hundreds and thousands of it. But few tigers, few cheetahs. Nature's arrangement is amazing. So you see it as an adventure. But how do you feel when you are somebody running after you to eat you? You don't like, no? Therefore, don't kill an animal. Just think of it. No flesh eating. That's not right. Sort of especially big. They are not. That is why in the animals, when you look at it, they feel the pain. Trees don't feel the pain. They are not given that vein, artery, the system is blood not flowing. Not that the trees don't be so again another extremist. Oh, tree also has life. Tree has life, but that is meant to be eaten. And you see, you put the greens, hundreds it grows. Paddy, one paddy you put, so much paddy comes. They are meant to be eaten, and human beings are needed for the propagation of the vegetable. Human beings are not needed for the propagation of animals. They don't need you for the goat to be there, cow to be there, chicken to be there. No, they will grow by themselves. So at no time, also you must, at no time they must be killed to be eaten. Now suppose I am going down, there is a dead banana, okay, pick it up and eat. Who says not? Naturally it's dead. You want to pick it up, you pick it up and eat it. Why not? We have vulture. Clean up the place. And especially the people who say, I mean, there is no justification. And people who say, no, they must eat it, okay, you kill it and eat it. Nowadays, what happens is the five-star, all these Walmart and all these fancy superstores, you don't see anything being cut. It's so nicely packed, it's better than more, so nice looking, even better than the vegetable package. So you think that is the fish, that is the chicken, that is the thing. Bring it and eat. You think, no, the person who is eating it, let him cut it, kill it and eat it. Try. You will hate it. You will never eat it again. Because you have to kill it. And killing is not that easy, It's not such a joke. Please. So at no time should eat that things. And also human system is not made for that. Your teeth. The canine is not as big as the tigers and other things. Human canine is not that developed. Therefore, no meat. System. The length of your large intestine is 32 feet. So by the time food goes, 24 hours. There's non-vegetarian animals, especially tiger and others, small. That intestine, large intestine is lesser in length. Therefore, they eat, the food is thrown out. Whereas remains in the system for a long time. Therefore, putrefaction begins. That also is another point. And again you shall see, vegetarian animals live in huge herds. Non-vegetarian animals are very wily, smart, suspicious crooks. They'll be moving stealthily and hunting everybody. Non-vegetarian animals. Vegetarian animals all live in the, completely they'll all live in the group. Please. The lone hunters. If you say, what is the biggest animal? Land animal. And you look at it, elephant, vegetarian. Tallest? Giraffe, vegetarian. Sheep of the desert, camel, vegetarian. Horse, if it is a swift, very swiftest animal, vegetarian. The tallest, biggest, swiftest, everything, everyone is vegetarian. So you can't say that non-vegetarian fellow gives you this strength. Yes, it has a reason, it may give you something, but that doesn't matter. For me to be strong, 100 animals must be killed. No, not necessary. This is the idea. After that, a human being will choose. Okay, it's good or bad. Again, suppose it comes to such a situation, you have to eat fish or you have to eat a meat. You have to. A person who eats little meat for survival, that food is not going to make him tamasic. Whereas the person, in the name of sattvic food, he drinks ghee. Sattvic food drinks the payasam, the milk, all overeating. What does that do with tamas? That is why you shall see most of the times in so-called religious people, those who have renounced other types of pleasures, which shall come now, brahmacharya and other things, they satisfy their all sensations with food. That is why usually religious establishment you shall see roly-poly big ones. Because food is the only sensation they enjoy more. Other sensation is not fulfilled, therefore take the food only. So that becomes tamasic person. So please appreciate, no God, no food is rajasic, tamasic, sattvic. Are you getting that? Is the person. It depends on you and how you use it. This classification is not for the world. The classification is for human mind. But most of the time when you listen to these discourses, the food shall be condemned, the woman is condemned, the gold is condemned, the man is condemned, the animals are condemned. Human mind. You are the one, you must understand what type of disposition you enjoy. When you are in a sattvic disposition, happy, nice, quiet, you will not be like to sit down there and kill, let's kill an animal and eat it. No, your mind will not go into that. Think of it. When you are very nice, kind and very calm, you will not say, let's get drunk. No. Only when you are restless, you shall plan that. Think. Just think. Happy people don't conspire to kill others. Very happy people, smiling disposition, and please have a conference of killing some people. Huh? That doesn't gel. When you are unhappy, you are hurt, that time you will be violent. You are unhappy, you are miserable, so you don't mind even hurting somebody. Rather, you feel so hurt, listen carefully, you feel so hurt, and that is the time you plan to hurt others, because since I feel hurt, if I can hurt the other person more, I feel relieved. It's a strange psychology. What is anger? Anger means what? I am so angry. And when you are angry, you punish the other person. Why? I shall make him feel so uncomfortable that I feel comfortable in relation to my humiliation or rejection or whatever. Please appreciate. When that is why meditation, being yourself. When you are with yourself, you forgive everybody. Just like Vasishtha. Vasishtha was the Brahmarshi, and Vishwamitra was a Rajarshi, because he was very hyper, meditative, but always looking for recognition, prestige. And he was desperate to be recognized by Vasishtha. Vasishtha should say that I am a great man. You know, suppose you are a great singer. If another singer says you are a singer, you can take it as a compliment. If your driver who doesn't know anything says you are a sir, very nice you are singing, what nonsense. It means nothing. Same way, Vishwamitra was waiting to be recognized by Vasishtha himself. And Vasishtha never says anything about him. So he was very angry, and said, a huge story it is, but one day he went to kill Vasishtha, because Vasishtha is so great. So if he can kill him, perhaps he will be somehow greater, because that person will not be there to be compared with. So what he did? He took a weapon, he was a king, no? So he took a weapon, and hiding in Vasishtha's hutment, the story is to kill him. And that time Arundhati, Vasishtha's wife, asked Vasishtha, the sage, who is the greatest rishi, sage, penitent, doing extreme penance at this time in the earth? And Vasishtha says, Vishwamitra. He was a great sage. Great, because of the power of his tapas, he could send Trishanku to the heavens. That is the story. So he is a great person. Now this man has come to kill him. People, if you want people to praise you in front of you, you are an idiot. You understand? Because nobody, if the people who appreciate you, they shall not appreciate you in front of you. Because that is very, very cheap. And that appreciation doesn't have meaning. Because people can be flattering you. When somebody appreciates you in front of you, chances are flattering you. So when you demand appreciation, you are forcing somebody to flatter you. When in your absence people talk good things about you, then only you are a good man. Not in your presence. This morning I was telling somebody. Suppose you tell, I was telling one of our students, suppose you tell in the ashram, hey, Swamiji is coming today. How does everybody feel? Oh, very nice, very nice. At last, 1 month, 2 months gone, now he is coming back. Very, very nice. But suppose you say, oh, today Swamiji is coming. Really? Returning at last? Oh God. What does it mean? Are you getting that point, please? So when people talk about you, oh, that person has gone for 5 days. Yes. Or gone for 5 years. Yes. Relief. Coming back. Oh, that means what? You invoke fear, discomfort. Nobody looking forward to your arrival. Everybody is looking forward to departure. But the flatterers will be there, say, sir, welcome, vanga, come back. Why? Because you demand flattery. So when good things are talked about in your absence, you have made it. When good things are talked about in your presence, you have invoked fear, and therefore they are flattering you. Understand? To a person who is really genuinely wonderful, nobody will mind criticizing him right away in front of him. Why? Because here is a person who is ready for recognizing his mistakes. Because he is so comfortable with himself, by chance there is a little flaw, and if you can point it out, really, the person is ready to receive it. Whereas the person who is insecure, if you point out a mistake, nobody will dare to point out a mistake, because the person will react heavily. Oh, this is what it is. Because the person is not aware of himself. Are you getting that point, please? It's a huge psychology. And the person is insufficient, insecure within himself. So Vasishtha never talked to Vishwamitra in his presence, but his admiration is secret admiration. So he said, Vishwamitra was the greatest penitent sage living on this earth today. Now what did Vishwamitra do? Can he go and kill that man? He drops the weapon, goes and falls flat at his feet, and he says, forgive me, I came to kill you. And that time Vasishtha says, Uttishta Brahmarshi. So far he was telling him Rajarshi, Rajasik, 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 restless. When he admitted his flaw and fell at his feet, Uttishta Brahmarshi. Hey Brahmarshi, get up. That's what Vasishtha Vail Brahmarshi. That is the, in Tamil language they say, no. In Vasishtha's mouth, you must hear. I mean, the person who is really somebody, when he appreciates you as you are, appreciate. So this is something, no person, please understand, no person, no God, no food is Rajasic, Sattvic, Tamasic, human mind. So that is why human mind can grow from Tamas to Rajas to Sattva. It can also become, can be veiled. You may be one time very Sattvic, another time Rajasic, another time Tamasic. Depends on the mind. That is why you have to be continuously conscious. Human being must be conscious. That is where meditation, contemplation necessary. Depends on the food. Okay, so vegetarian, non-vegetarian food, all that. You understand the point. At the same time, don't say nobody eats non-vegetarian food. No, there are references where even the sages also got it, ate it. But eating the chicken, they did not become sage. They were sages, they ate it. But don't say, I'm going to eat. Just like other day, a person says, you know, like, why are you smoking? Vivekananda also smoked. Vivekananda smoked. Smoking did not make him Vivekananda. He was Vivekananda, he smoked. Now you don't smoke to become Vivekananda. You know? Our Swami Chinmayananda Swamiji taught he will be publicly also do snuff. He will put the snuff in his nose. Suppose that is why many students also they imitated. They will be, some of them, 2, 3 of them, they will be snuffing. Hey? Snuffing did not make him what he was. He was somebody, and that's what he is. Have it. He did not hidingly do it. But person who is a habit, what will happen? Hidingly, quietly. In the presence of others, you have one face. In the absence of others, you have another face. You are not a genuine person. Because you don't talk about your weakness. You are hiding, completely hiding. So, so don't say, Krishna, why are you marrying 8 ladies? Krishna had Ashtapada Mahiji. Krishna had 8 wives. So, if you have 8 wives, you will have a Krishna. Are you nuts? Huh? Understand? Then you can say, why are you marrying 8 wives? Are you a real rogue? No. Those days when kings were marrying 7, 8, it was not because they were crazy or, you know, lustful, passionate. No. That was marriage of convenience for politics. If you get married to the princess of that kingdom, between this kingdom, that kingdom, there is in a alliance, your bond is established. So you don't invade each other's country. The marriage was more for a political alliance. Marriage was not that the king was horny, so he should have 7 wives at a time. It's nonsense. It's not like that. Please appreciate. This is different dimensions altogether. Same thing. Rishis were eating meat. Or else how will you talk about the greatness of Agastya? Agastya was a great sage. When he was, Ramayana, it comes, no, when he was passing through the forest, there are two brothers. They are demons. One will convert itself to a goat, a lamb, then it will be killed, and that will be given to the visiting sages. So they will be eating it. And then after the lunch is over, the brother will call back, come here, Vatapi, Vanga, Aye, Agacha, come. Then Vatapi will tear open the stomach of the sage and come out. So they will eat the sage. That is how their tricks were going on. When Agastya went there to the day, he was also given that. Then what Agastya did? After eating the food, like you are doing Brahmaharpanam, Brahma, we did it. And after eating the food, you are supposed to take this food to digest it, little bit. You offer lastly. He took it, Vatapi, Jirno, Bhava. Hey Vatapi, get digested. And the fellow is digested. Now the brother is calling, come. Is he there to come? He is already digested. So you say, see, great power of the sage. That's right. But the flip side of it is, he was eating meat. That part you don't say. But see the power of the sage. How he digested everything. Oh, but did he eat the meat or no? Yes. So, shall I start meat tomorrow? No. Lifestyle, friends. Please understand. What is, where, when available. Like the Western countries, if you see European countries those days, nothing else is available as potato and meat. Therefore, people are eating potato and meat. Naturally, most Europeans in this snow-clad countries, 6 months where the snow remains all the time, they shall be eating what else they can eat. They have to eat potato and the meat. There are no vegetable. Now don't judge them from today's paradigm. Today, planes are going up and down. Vegetables from around the world is landing in the supermarkets. So you have a choices of vegetables. Those days, what choices you had? And traditionally, that is coming down in those villages or those cities and those countries. So shall you say, these fellows are all devils, Rakshas, eating meat? Don't do that. Even in India itself, you shall see many places, Orissa, Bengal, fish is like, what they call? Jalapuspa. Jalapuspa, in the flower, also banana, water banana, panikela, right? It is the banana available there or the jalapuspam. Everybody, even the priests, Kashmir, Maharashtra, if you go to the Saraswata Brahmanas, everybody, so many people. So, shall we give a sanction to it? No. At the same time, under the present circumstance, when everything is available, you can change your habit. Why? Because for my sake, why somebody should be killed? It is more a human reason than a spiritual reason, a religious reason. So that if you see that, you become a genuine person. Nor else you shall condemn other people that, oh, this fellow is a non-vegetarian, he is a Rakshas. No, he is not. Don't worry about it. Let him understand, let him completely change. When I went to one place somewhere in another country, I don't want to name it, that country, one day there are so many people are there in that house. And when I reached there, oh boy, everybody was almost, there was a cloud in their face. Why? Because one holy man has come before and has told them and gone, if you people eating non-vegetarian food, you shall have no hope of liberation, chance of more liberation. And this is a community, they eat meat. So they were totally disturbed by that. Then the first question they came and asked me was, Swamiji, what do you think of this? And I saw when the person asked that question about meat eating, everybody is interested to listen. I could see in their eyes. Then I knew something must have drastic happened. I said, why all of you are interested suddenly in one group? Is there anything behind it? Then they come out, one fellow got up, yes, just 2 days back we consider him a very powerful person and he is a religious man, and he came and told that that we are all meat eaters, so we have no chance for understanding this truth or understanding God and all these things. Then I asked him, have you seen that man? Does he put on shoes or walk on earth, walk on air? No, he puts on the shoes, right? And what type of shoes? Oh, he put gusi. That designer chapel made out of what? Hide, cow hide. I said, He puts on the hide or the goat skin or the lamb skin, right? Yes. Why didn't you tell him, unless he eats the skin, you can't eat the flesh? Are you getting that point? Unless the fellow eats the, between the flesh and the meat, what should be removed first? The skin. Then only comes to flesh, right? So who is the first eater? The holy man who is putting on the goat skin chapel, right? Hey, I am talking idiotic stuff for the idiots, okay? I am no way contribute to this rubbish. Understand? So you are doing that and you are putting that guilt on thousands of people's head and walking out. What is this? If a person is eating something, it is not his mistake. Did you as a child choose your food habit? Did you as a child choose your language, your dress? Whatever your parents did, you did. Now that you are grown up, decide. That's fine. When a child comes, when a young person comes, an elderly person comes to this knowledge, the whole package shall come with it. He cannot leave certain so-called habits for your sake and then come. He comes with the whole package. And you don't pinpoint these little packages and say, for these 2-3 reasons you cannot understand. Why don't you point out these 3 reasons ignore? For these reasons you can understand. Stay here. That is teaching. Not finding out the mistake and making him unfit for this knowledge. No. Because in everybody there is sattva, there is rajas, there is tamas. Sometimes you are sattvic, very nice, calm, quiet, balanced, harmonious. Sometimes shh, sometimes stupid, totally upside down. So keep your head straight. Be with yourself. Okay? Now, anyway, so most important thing to be understood is don't consider that the gods are branded or food is branded. Okay? Now, it is only our human mind that is given so that we understand what is my mood now. You clearly deal with yourself. Okay? Now he talks about yajna. Read. Very beautiful. Apalakanksibhir yajna vidhi drushtoya yujyate yashtabhyameveti manah samadhaya sasatvikah abhisandhaya tu phalam dambharthamapi chaivayat ijyate bharata shrestha tam yagyam vidhi rajasam vidhi vidhihinam asrushtannam mantrahinam adakshinam Shraddha virahitam yajnam tamasam parichakshate apalakanksibhir yajnah vidhi drushtoya yujyate ashtabhyameveti manah samadhaya sasatvikah abhisandhaya tu phalam dambharthamapi chaivayat ijyate bharata shrestha tam yagyam vidhi rajasam vidhihinam asrushtannam mantrahinam adakshinam Shraddha virahitam yajnam tamasam parichakshate. Now see, this is very beautiful. Idanim trividha yajna uchet. Three different types of yajna now talked about. Yajna means, yajna, the word has got different types of meanings. Yajño vai Vishnu. Sometimes yajna is compared to God himself. Yajna means a sacrifice. Parjanyo vai is a yajñat bhavati parjanya. So yajna means also, say type of a ritual. Yajna also is activity. Is different types. That's why jnana yajna, mantra yajna, dravya yajna. So many different types of yajnas are talked about. So the word yajna in Sanskrit, yajati, where you can say worship or let us say striving, working, any number of meaning you can give it. Here, please understand, there are three types of mind talked about. When you have either of the three disposition, what type of action shall come from you? Instead of condemning a person because of his action, find out when, you must see as to when you do this action, what type of disposition you enjoy. That makes it more beautiful. Are you getting that? Or else, you can imitate good action even though you are a Rakshas. That is how, understand. You may be a very, very great criminal person. But then what happens? You can impress people with so-called good action. Like let us say, building a temple is a very holy action. Let us say, building a temple is a very holy action. Now, who is building a temple? The drug pusher, maybe the money person who has made a huge money on liquor license, or from cheating everybody from a contract, and he is building a big building, big temple. Now what happens? So people shall say what? Very nice man. Is he nice? He is hiding behind that nice action. Please understand, the action looks nice, but the motive behind is bad. Like, a person dies, and his child goes to the money lender because he doesn't have money. And he tells the father's friend who died, he goes to the father's friend and tells, look, I don't have the money, I don't know how to manage. Don't worry, son, your father and me were friends. His son is my son. Do one thing, how much money you need? I need 1 million rupees, 10 lakhs. Take it, child, it's yours. But you see, these days, you never know. Something happens to you, something happens to me, how do you know? You know that little house, that big palace or big house is there, why don't you keep it? Or just for nothing, just put up a signature on this piece of paper. It's nothing, just put up a signature on this piece of paper. When you give the money, I tear it off. What is there? In this type of words, what will you say? God himself has descended. You give the signature, you don't know even what is written on the top. It's a blank paper. You go away. After 6 months, 6 years or something, you come back. Maybe with money you come back. He said, no, that you gone. You have already sold the house. When? You wrote it. Or you cannot give it. He knows you cannot give it. He wants to take it away. Heavy interest. That time he had said like this. So his eyes were on your property. But the language was of a very loving person. Understand? Somebody can be very smooth, like religious people, very smooth to take you inside the club. You come in a religious group, you to get in, very easy. Get out, you have the get converted and see what happens. Get in, every freedom is promised. Get out, you will be roasted, you will be skinned alive in the heavens. The God will shoot you. You understand? What a trouble. So, please observe, when you are talking about this action, don't say actions are good, bad or ugly. No. What type of mind, okay? Just like gods are not sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. The food is not sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. Food is food. How much you eat. Gods are gods. Which one you worship for what? Why? Because if you worship even the highest deity for killing somebody, then that is also tamasic puja. But suppose you are worshipping a minor deity, but for your antakarana suddhi, not for any uchadana, vashikarana and all that stuff, then that little puja also will help you. That worship, understand? So, attitude, so important, please. So he is now talking about how a person should, in what mood, what type of activity. Apala kankshi viriyagya vidhi drushto yajyate yashtyabhyam evavati manaha samadhaya sattvika. That type we shall know as the sattvika manaha, a sattvic disposition, a calm, quiet, knowledgeable, conscious disposition. When manaha, the mind is yashtabhyamiti. Why do you do something? Because it is to be done. Not because I am going to be recognized or not recognized. Understand? You know, the best action is that. Why do you want to help somebody? Because he needs help. That is sattvic. Why do you want to help somebody? He'll put a statue of mine. Why do you want to help somebody? See, I am throwing a small fish, so I can catch a big fish. Those are all devious activities. Understand? That is why your goodness, understand, your apparent goodness in action is not recognized, because when you are helping somebody, it is not for the person's sake. It is for your sake. That is why when the person doesn't recognize it, you feel rotten. If you do it, why do you help? He needs help. Therefore I help. If you don't need gratitude, if you don't need recognition, if you don't expect any type of acknowledgement, they shall remember you, acknowledge you for the rest of their life. If you have demanded and received gratitude and recognition, that little act of your goodness is forgotten after that, because they have paid the price, no? It's just like during the, election, they gave you 1,000 rupees, you give your vote. Then do you respect him after he comes back? Because you have done your job. Finished. That money was paid for that. So you paid my money for this particular action. So I have done this. Next action you want me to do? Pay some more money. That is, you understand how you destroy people. Just like you destroy your children. Baby, do the homework, chocolate. So for the chocolate, for the homework, the chocolate is the wage, the payment. So the chocolate is over. Now the baby wants to go to play. Stay home? No. So give another something. For homework, chocolate. What about for staying home? Cycle. So you give the cycle. Shall he stay home or go out? The fellow wants to stay, go out. Come back at the right time. Okay, but I have nothing at home. All right, put your own entertainment system, your own toys. You understand? You end up paying. That is why with love and affection, when you win over people, you don't materially lose anything. When you win over people with money or some such material exchange, then you have to continuously satisfy the person with something material. Are you getting that? Because the person now needs it. For one particular action, this is the price. For the next action, another thing. For next action, another thing. Whereas, see, yajna, what is the type of activity? Yashtabhyamiti. Why do you do this? Because yashtabhyam, kartavyam, to be done, therefore I do it. Databhyam, it will come later on. What is charity? The greatest charity. Databhyam iti. Because it is to be given, I give. Why? Don't ask. There is no reason. That fellow deserves it, he gets it. Finish. Yashtabhyam iti. And how? Listen carefully. First line. Aphala akangshivi. Na phala akanksha. No expectation of the result. No expectation of the recognition, gratitude. Or else what will happen? I did so much. The fellow didn't have any good word about me. Ayyo. Most of the time people are like that. Most of the time. Father will give, parents will give that guilt to the children. Lover will give the guilt to the beloved. Religious people give the guilt to followers. The teachers will give it to the students. The donors will give it to the recipient. What is that? I give so much and you don't even recognize. Recognition must be as spontaneous as even the giving is spontaneous. And who should, on what spontaneity you have a choice. If you are a giver, you should be spontaneously giving. Doing because I am, giving because I am capable of giving, doing because I am capable of doing. Okay, suppose you are a receiver, your gratitude also must be spontaneous. Nobody should tell you, hey, go and tell thanks. No. The moment you receive it, thank you. The giver should give without expecting any gratitude. The receiver should be grateful without waiting to be prompted to be grateful. Are you getting that? Then it is absolutely graceful. Rest of it is nonsense. Next variety, you will see that. Apalakangshivi yajna vidhi drushto yajyate. Because it is vidhi drushta, niyama drushta, meaning if it is a puja ritual, you do it, follow all the rules, follow all the methods. Or it is an action, you follow all the steps. How it is to be given, how it is to be done. Please understand, friend, every action is a ritual in life. What is a ritual? Step by step, no? Have a bath. Go to the puja room. Put the same word. Oh, depends upon, they have put up a standard. Collect the flowers, sit down there, all these things, right? Everything is a ritual. Your dressing, is it not a ritual? How do you dress? Morning, first thing, what do? Go out from the sleep and get out to some place. You are having a ritual of dressing. Go have a bath, completely clean your body. Then put on your dress. Ritual. You don't first put the long dress, then put on your brief. First your pant, then or your brief. Just think. It's a change. First I put on my shoes, then I put on the socks. Understand? At first the shirt, then the waist, the banyan. No. It has a ritual. Food. Same thing. Put the thing, put the plate, put the tablecloth, put the plate, bring the thing, and put the food here and there, after that, which one after what. You know? You don't say first coffee, tea, then food, then what, something, or first wash the hand, then eat, and then go. Is it so? First eat, then wash your hand, then clean your face, then go. Everything is step by step. Stand on the bus stop, not that, jump into the bus, then get down, get down. Is it so? Every action is a ritual. It has a step. Are you understanding? You miss a step, you shall miss with an accident. Study is a ritual. First study. Step by step. Don't miss it. You can't afford to lose sight of one thing. You understand? So every action in life is yajna. And how do you do it? Maya kartavyam iti buddhya. Yashtavyam. Kartavyam. Mama kartavya iti nischitya. This is to be done by me. Therefore I do. Same thing. As a brahmachari, suppose as a student, my duty is to study. Nothing else. I do that. Duty is to do whatever is expected of me. Like that. Swami. Suppose you are in the religious activities, or suppose I am a husband, that is my duty. As a wife, this is my duty. As a child, this is if each person does his duty, the rights are automatically taken care of. Unfortunately, today's world, the families breaks down because everybody demands his right, but nobody does his duty. Everybody demands his right. My husband should give me a gift on this day, but as a wife, what should I do? My wife should be waiting for me when I come home, but as a husband, should I come home whenever I want? So everybody demanding is right, but nobody is doing his duty. If each one does his duty, each one will be humble. Do you know why? Nobody can finish all his duties. That is why you will be humble. You know there is always some mistake in you. Therefore, both are humble. I could not fulfill all your expectations. You cannot fulfill all my expectations. Okay, take it. That is the sattvika mana. Ashtabhyamiti adhyana. And who are the rajasic mind? Avisandhaya tu phalam. Phalam avisandhaya dambhartham ijyate. He does. Phalam avisandhaya. What is the result I will get? First is the result, then only purse will open. First is the result, then the smiles will be appear or disappear. If I do this, what is there in me? Like the corruption. When the ministers are there, the contractors will come. Sir, I want that particular contract. What is there in me? Adle enagana. What is there in me? What is there in that? What is there for me? Okay, you want a 500 crore contract. Okay, what is there for me? 10%. All right. In Bombay, one income tax commissioner is held now. Because a builder is supposed to give 22 crores income tax. This income tax commissioner also happens to be a lady, Indian Revenue Service officer. Who's there? Men are naturally corrupt. We thought women also, usually not, but now naturally everybody is competing. Officer, what man, woman? Forget. She has gone there, he said, 22 crores, you have to give it. But if you give me 4 crores, you have to give 2 crores only. 22 crores shall be reduced to 2 crores. If 4 crores is mine, country can lose 20 crores if I get 4 crores. You understand? Like mining minister giving the mining lease for $5 million to personal gain. If the country loses 2,000 million, it makes no difference to him. And the one man there, he makes the thousands of million and gives the Tirupati hundi one crown which is 11 million or 12 million, 65 crores. It means $15–16 million crown for the God. So God also should be a partner in crime. So that everybody thinks, see how religious he is. If you know the history of these rubbish, you understand how horrible it is. Who are the people? This avisandhayatu phalam. Even for your smile, I have to pay. Namaskar. You understand? Or if you are paid, I have to smile, or else purse is going to be closed. That is where you force the poor people to be pathetically sycophant. Because you hold the purse. Are you getting that point? You hold the purse. If the person doesn't say, sir, you are wonderful, madam, there is nobody like you, tight. You are the best in the world. You understand? Understand. Avisandhayatu phalam. And dambharthascha vichaivayate. Dambhartham. Pride. Did I not do this? See how much money I have given to that man? Did you give it for his sake or for your sake? Ask that question. Dambhartha. You understand? I am not talking, huh? Who is talking? Catch Krishna. This is Upanishad, Vedas. Human. Dambhartha. You know that fellow is going in that car? My money. Had I not given, you'll be crawling. Are you getting that point? When somebody does it, ijyate bharata seshte tam yagyam vidhirajasam, such activities are full of rajas. That mind is not a sattvic mind. If ever you receive anything from such a person, you are helplessly digging your own hole, your own burial. Because whole life you have to be grateful, and go on telling at the end, until the end of the days, that how grateful you are for receiving something. That is the Rajasic mind. The same fellow sometimes can be so beautiful, Sattvic. The Sattvic person also sometimes can be Rajasic. And both of them can be Tamasic sometimes. What is Tamas? Vidhihinam, Asurshtanam, Mantrahinam, Adakshinam, Shraddha Virahitam Yagyam, Tamasam Parichakshate. This fellow, when he does, is totally confused. There is no purpose. Vidhihinam, there is no reason or rhyme why he does it. Whatever he feels like doing, he does. Totally unpredictable individual. Just totally unpredictable. Why he does it? Vidhihinam. Why do you want to help somebody? There is money, he is in a good mood, throws. Not in a bad mood, dumps. You can see that people in the pub. He's in a good mood, drunk. Like a story goes nicely. One fellow, one day, he wanted some money. So he is a beggar. So he goes to near a temple and asks for money. Then he gets, some people are going, somebody 5 cents, 10 cents, 5 rupees, like that. They give it to him. Go to a church, go to a temple, go to a mosque, gives like that. 1 rupee, 5 rupee, 5 paisa, 10 paisa, all small coins or small notes he got. Then at the end of the day, he comes to the pub, near the pub. As he was walking down near the pub, one fellow comes out and he begs him. And this fellow takes out a wad of note and throws it. 100 rupees, 5 rupees, 10 rupees bills, 100 rupees, he throws it. The fellow couldn't believe. And he suddenly looks up and says, God, you are really so deceptive because I don't know how to deal with you. You are really testing me out. You give one address and you stay in another address. You give me your address at the temple and church and the mosque, but there you are not there, only 1 rupee, 10 paisa. And you stay in the pub, I get 100 rupees. So you give me one address and stay in another address, God. Okay, anyway, thanks. Why? Because these fellows, vidhihinam. He doesn't know, whatever comes on the way, he does it. But these people sometimes are better than the Rajasic people. Rajasic person who gives something, expecting something, these people are, Tamasic fellow is better than, because he does not remember to remind. Ordinary, very, very ordinary person, because he is totally nuts. He gives it away. He doesn't remember to remind. Sattvic person remembers, never reminds. The Rajasic person only reminds. The Rajasic person only reminds what he has done. But what has been done, you will never forget. Why? What has been done, Swamiji? How can you say, if I give 1,000 rupees to somebody as a help, I have done. How can you say what has been done to me? If you gave that 1,000 rupees, which is tangible money, did you not get an intangible satisfaction of giving? You gave him tangible 1,000 rupees. He gave you intangible sense of satisfaction for helping. So which one is more costly? Tangible money or intangible satisfaction? So you tell people, I did this. Did you ever tell people that you enjoyed doing it? Understand. That enjoyment, can you price it? Think. That enjoyment, can you price it? How much it costs? The satisfaction that you got. It's like a person telling, I gave my wife 6 years, 10 years, like this type of money I gave. Or I gave my husband these things. Everybody talks about tangible, dowry or this gift or that gift. What about satisfaction? The companionship, the satisfaction, the moments of love, affection. Convert it to money, let us see. You never tell that to anybody, what you got. Please appreciate. So it is better to take it from the Tamasic fellow, but the Rajasic fellow is the most dangerous one. Because Sattvic fellow will remember, never remind. Tamasic fellow doesn't remember, doesn't natural, therefore no question of reminding. The Rajasic fellow only sends you a reminder and never knows what has been done to him, doesn't accept it. Very difficult to deal with the middle class, this middle variety, Rajasic one. Okay, so therefore look at yourself. Which one you are? In fact, all the three moods are in every person. Learn to be sattvic. Then knowledge will be fantastic. So those people in the world who may not believe in God, may not believe in anything, but they do because it to be done, they are sattvic. Don't remember, don't do, tamasic. Only remind and never remember what has been done to him is a rajasic people. But all the three people will be going like a roller coaster ride, they'll be going round and round and round because they don't have the knowledge of themselves or the knowledge of Ishwar, God. Once you have it, then you can play sattvic, play rajasic, play tamasic. But it doesn't make any difference to you. Okay, having told this, now we shall say, there is three types of tapas, which we shall see tomorrow. Just read this, we shall this tapas, fantastic, that will be really beautiful tomorrow morning. Sharira tapas, manasik tapas, vak tapas, amazing. Sharira tapas, tapas, austerity. What is this austerity? All the time you are listening. Austerity means what? Dig a hole and get in, right? And austerity means stay under a tree for 20 years without eating food. Those are all garbage. Don't worry about it. We shall see how nice it is. What is tapas? What is austerity? We shall see tomorrow. Just first line you read, we shall see. Deva Dvija Guru Pragyam Pujanam Shaucha Marjavam Brahmacharya Mahimsache Shariram Tapa Uchyate Anudvegakaram Vakyam Satyam Priyahitam Chayat Swadhyayabhyasanam Chaiva Bhangmayam Tapa Uchyate Manaprasada Saumyatvam Maunamatma Vinigraha Bhava Sansudhurityetat Tapo Manasamuchyate. It's beautiful. We'll see tomorrow. Very beautiful, amazing things. Sarira tapas, vak tapas, manatapas. How these so-called disciplines of three kinds, physical, oral, as well as the mental, mind. All the three levels, amazing personality. We shall see that. Close your eyes.